Why is SingularityNET so enthusiastic about having AGI on Cardano?
That's a very good question. We are enthusiastic. We are really enthusiastic, and for a number of reasons. Some of them, and a lot of them, are technical reasons. Obviously, the gas fees from Ethereum play a big role at this moment. It's the first thing what comes to mind, but not the most important one. Other things are speed. I think reliability is a main issue there. And last but not least, also your foundation in Plutus, which means a whole lot to us. It's a verifiable programming language that enables us to program our parts, our components, like the marketplace, but more importantly, the DSL. And I'll come back to that a little bit later, in a way that we can really rely on it being secure. And that's really important because we are counting in the future on having trillions and trillions of API calls. And it will not just be API calls from point to point, it will also be API calls from one AI server to another, to yet another, etc. It will be a complete dynamic environment of API calls. And of course, you have to be very, very, very sure that the communications between all these components are reliable and being done as you want it to be done. And that is where Plutus comes in, which is a natural companion for us to be programming our DSL in. And DSL stands for domain-specific language, and it's the language that we are constructing right now to enable different AIs to speak to each other. So this is at the core of SingularityNET and what we aim to be. And therefore, we are super thrilled to have Cardano as a partner and as a technology platform to enable us to fulfill these promises. And of course, this is the technical part. There's also another part which is about your community. You have a great community of people, and we like to be involved with them. We like them to give feedback, and we like to get working on joint projects where we can both leverage the Cardano blockchain and the SingularityNET AI to create wonderful functionality of the future. So in a nutshell, large nutshell, that is why we are so thrilled about our cooperation.
And what are the projects ready to be migrated from Ethereum to Cardano? What is the first point to start?
Well, the first thing, of course, we are talking today about the converter. So the way to convert AGI tokens on Ethereum to AGI tokens on Cardano, which hopefully in the future will live as AGIX, as just one ticker and one thing. But that's just the first step. Using the Plutus language, we will also be deploying all other components of our platform, including the marketplace, to Cardano. And like I mentioned, also the DSL is a very important and crucial thing, which will not be deployed in the coming months. That will take more time, but to have Plutus there is crucial for the development of it. So, having discussed this, Francisco, maybe you can explain a little bit more about the first step in this journey, which is actually enabling the conversion of AGI on Ethereum to AGI on Cardano and back. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, of course. So the first step is migrating the token from Ethereum to Cardano and also allowing the users to migrate back from Cardano to Ethereum. So we have designed and created this tool called the ERC-20 Converter, in which we allow the users to lock the tokens on Ethereum and mint the tokens on Cardano. So they have a one-to-one peg, and they can take the tokens from one blockchain to the other one. Also, they will be able to burn the tokens they have in Cardano and get the tokens back on Ethereum, so they can migrate in both ways.
Yes, and that back and forth burning and minting, so not only being able to go from Ethereum to Cardano, but also backwards should you want that. That is very important for us and for you also, I suppose, to enable full flexibility and dynamics for our audience. So that is the thing we need to accomplish before we can fully port to Cardano. So, Francisco, do you have any idea when this converter will be released?
Yes. First, we will start by releasing the Ethereum to Cardano bridge, only the way to migrate from Ethereum to Cardano, in June. And the other way of the bridge and other parts are also tied with Alonso hard fork and Plutus. So we are working on that, and you have to stay tuned for other updates.
Will there be costs involved for the users to transact, to exchange their tokens from one blockchain to another?
The SingularityNET is going to cover all of the costs of the Cardano transaction cost, but the user will have to cover the cost for locking and withdrawing the tokens on Ethereum. So SingularityNET DAO will cover the Cardano cost, and the user will have to pay for the Ethereum gas fees.
I guess an important aspect of this bridge is that because apart from transaction costs, which are not unsubstantial on Ethereum right now, but that might change as well, hopefully. Making sure that there is this one-on-one port also makes sure that the prices of AGIX on both blockchains will stay at the same level, right?
Right. That will allow users to migrate back and forward, and also to keep the price of the token equal in both places. So, Jan, also, can you tell us how all of this relates to the hard fork of the AGI token, and what is this new token you have designed?
Yes, so how the converter relates to the hard fork works as follows. Our current contract on Ethereum has a limit of 1 billion tokens, which makes a lot of sense. But the moment we start exchanging with Cardano, and suppose there are AGIX on Cardano which need to be transferred to Ethereum, then at that moment, extra AGI on Ethereum needs to be minted, while Ethereum on Cardano needs to be burned. So actually, there will be, even if it's temporary, and even if it's going back and forth, and even if total supply on Ethereum will not increase, there has to be utility to mint extra tokens, and that simply wasn't possible in the old contract. So while the total cap of tokens remains the same, it's 1 billion on Ethereum and also 1 billion on Cardano, but only in 91 years in a decreasing schedule, so very, very slowly, step by step. We do need the functionality to mint additional tokens on Ethereum to enable this bridge, basically.
Thank you, Jan, for being with us. And well, it is very interesting. Let's see how the road works for us.
Yeah, so I think it's important to tell the users that they will be able to use this bridge, and it's not a one-time operation. They can use it as often as they want, and it will allow them flexibility to move backwards and forwards between change, making AGIX really a cross-chain token, and that's the whole idea.
Thank you very much. That's really exciting, Jan. And I hope we keep in touch.
Thank you, Francisco. I'm sure we will get in touch, and there will be many opportunities for us to collaborate, just as our communities will collaborate on these wonderful projects that are to come.
Before we start, you have to download the testnet version of your Daedalus wallet and install the MetaMask extension in your browser. Also, you will need to get into SingularityNET Faucet and into Ether Faucet to get your tokens to do the migration. This tool will be first released in the testnet, in which we will try different features before releasing it into the mainnet later. You can go to the developers portal, in which you will find all of the links to the downloads and to the faucets, and also a full documentation on how to use this tool. So let's start. First of all, you have to configure your MetaMask wallet into the Cobalt test network from this dropdown. And then you can connect your wallet. If you click in Connect, it will prompt you the confirmation to connect your MetaMask wallet. And then you have to connect also your Cardano wallet. You have to go to the testnet version of Daedalus and copy one of the addresses you can find into this section. After pasting and saving your wallet, you will see that everything is configured and we can now migrate our tokens from Ethereum to Cardano. Here I have 150 tokens I got from the faucet. I can click and select, and I can migrate, for example, 50 tokens. After clicking in Convert, I will get a prompt to confirm the migration using MetaMask. And I get this model in which I can see that the conversion is being processed. I can go to the transaction sections to see how the conversion is being processed. And if I wait for a few seconds, I will see that both transactions will be confirmed in Ethereum and on Cardano. So let's wait. Now that both transactions have been processed, I can see the transaction ID of the transactions on Ethereum and on Cardano. If I click in this link, I can see the transaction on Etherscan. And if I click in this second link, I can see the transaction on the Cardano Blockchain Explorer.